Well, he's only been on the ground for about 4 days, but border czar Tom Homan is already facing opposition to the illegal immigrant crackdown in Minnesota. Democratic Attorney General Keith Ellison is now denying claims that he told Homan that the state will allow county jails to cooperate with ICE. So let's bring in former acting ICE Director Jonathan Fahey to get into it with us. Jonathan, I'm sure this caught your attention, too. I heard it during his remarks this week that, he said that sheriff's departments may be able to work with federal authorities. And then Keith Ellison came out and said, that's not what I said. Should it end up be up to the sheriffs of each county?
Yeah, and I think there might be a little bit of a semantical game being played by Ellison here, and here's what I think makes sense. He's basically saying they're not going to honor ICE detainers, but if you on the side, Tom Homan and ICE, work out something with a sheriff where they agree to tell you maybe 2 days before somebody is about to get released so you could be there upon release date, then you could take them. So it could be, I'm hopeful it could be something like that. I am also fearful that we're back to where we were before, which is full-on opposition, obstruction of ICE by Waltz, by Ellison, and by Jacob Fry. And their rhetoric has been, I would argue equally as heated after Tom Homan went there. But I think the proof will be in the pudding. And really, if they are genuine about what their concerns are, meaning the Minnesota activists and politicians, that they just really want less ICE activity on the streets, then this is the best way to do it. Because remember, it's 1 or 2 people to take somebody from a jail. But if it's 10 to 15 people plus more time involved getting someone on the street. So if they're actually being authentic about their concerns, which I don't think they are, but that would solve their problem. But again, all of these issues, it always kind of comes back to the same thing with the Democratic politicians. Their solutions always seem to be stop enforcing immigration law and leave illegal aliens here, which is my concern that will continue. But we shall see. It does seem to be potentially on a better track right now.
Okay. Well, Tom Homan was trying to make that message very clear that we do want the chaos to stop. And part of the way in doing that is, yes, reducing the number of federal agents. I mean, Border Patrol is there because ICE is not able to work with local authorities in handing over these criminals or taking them. This is Tom Homan here at his press conference. Watch.
Give us access to the illegal alien public safety threat and the safety and security of a jail. It's common sense. It's safer for the community, it's safer for the agent, and it's safer for the alien. More agents in the jail means less agents in the street.
Jonathan, before I let you go, I do want to ask you about this possibility on the Hill right now. They're trying to figure out a deal on ICE reforms. There is a possibility that Democrats could demand that ICE get judicial warrants for these arrests. So that would mean that they would only be able to go after illegal immigrants who commit new federal crimes once they're in the United States after they have crossed in illegally. Basically, we throw out their criminal records from their home country. Should Republicans reject this?
This would be the biggest mass legislative amnesty in the history of our country if this were to pass. And here's why. You just nailed it. They don't have the ability to arrest most aliens under judicial warrant. Say, for example, somebody rapes an 8-year-old child, gets convicted in the state court, and gets released. ICE would not be able to deport that person under this scheme. It's an absolute travesty. It sounds good on paper, but when you think about it, this is exactly what the Democrats want. You might as well just say, let's formalize an amnesty rather than play this game. I hope
at that point,
the Republicans don't fall for this one.
You're just waiting for another Lake and Riley, and then you're going to go pick them up, which is defeats the purpose. Jonathan,
right.
great
And then
to see
you still can't deport. You couldn't deport Lake and Riley's killer under this scheme.
There you go. Hey, have a great weekend. Good to see you.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.